we're here to be a panel of helpers. We're going to give some advice best we can, best we know how.
If he's fully just checked out, then like check him out. Bye.
These men can't like freaking get it together.
So your uncle is actually your dad.
How do I find a guy who wants more than a hump and dump?
You should get everybody in a room that you've ever lied to and since they ask me any questions because I've lied to all of you.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, it's Sarah and Lo Beeston, your Fairly Odd Sisters. Woo! Yeah. Please don't make me do it again.
I just had a chocolate treat. So I have to drink some water to get the chocolate out.
Lo and I showed up also wearing the same pants, so.
Shall we show everybody?
Amazing.
Yeah, so we're on the same wavelength today.
We are.
Wait.
You got this one. This is all you, baby.
Okay, this is me today.
This is all you, baby.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
We are excited for this episode. What is this episode called?
Oh my. We are giving you know.
Joking.
Okay, I don't have to tell.
We're here to be a panel of helpers, and we're gonna give some advice best we can, best we know how.
Your little fairies of advice.
Straight from our heart and our souls.
And I just want to preface this with, we are not always right. We don't always know. These are just our opinions.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself. I know.
I'm joking.
Don't get mad at me.
Yeah, so take it with what you will.
Grain of salt.
This is what we would do possibly in your situation, or, you know, just coming from our hearts and our souls. That's all.
Again, we haven't read any of these, so
no, this is going to all be a surprise for us along the way. Sarah has an update for you, though.
Yes. This is something I just also want to say, please don't be mad at me. Please.
This comes with a disclaimer.
Come with kind words, and I know a lot of you guys are attached to my hair, but I'm dyeing it in 2 days. The red we're transitioning back to the blonde.
Red is no more.
I love the red. My hairstylist, Hair by Chrissy, that did my hair, unbelievable. Can't say enough about her and her salon. I just simply cannot upkeep it. I cannot. It's been weighing on me, and I just have to go back to my roots, my actual roots.
Like literally your roots.
My actual roots.
So nobody can say shiz.
Yeah. Don't come at me. It was a good 4-month fling.
It was fun.
With my hair.
It was fun while it lasted.
Derek is so funny because Lo and I were talking about this on the phone today. After I told him I had an appointment to start going back blonde, he's freaked out. He was being so dramatic and kept saying, no, I thought you were going to have a red summer. I just love your red, and people love your red, and and just so funny. And
if only you could have heard him right before she dyed it to red.
If only. Give him a little
It was
blurb.
like, how could you look at your golden hair? It's so perfect. Let me get one last video of it.
I fell in love with you like this.
Oh my gosh, I just love this blonde hair. Are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm just like,
how funny is that?
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, Lo was the only one saying you're probably gonna like it more, and now here we are. Fast forward, and you were right. He doesn't want me. He wanted me to keep the red longer, but
it's a fun change. But
here I am disappointing.
He's just attached to whatever you have, so he'll love the blonde.
That's
again.
true. It is gonna be a process though, because getting red out of hair is not easy. It's really
tricky. I think it's the hardest color, right?
So I'm fully not. Yeah, it is the hardest color. I'm fully not expecting to go back in and have blonde hair coming out, but
we'll see what happens.
We're gonna go through the orangey. You're gonna be on this ride with me of frying my hair off. Maybe I'll get a bob. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Let's go through this ride together, because I can't do it anymore.
Oh,
the
my
root
goodness.
spray is, I just can't keep doing the root spray.
Yeah, that's
every day.
So crazy. Your hair's lighter than
just a straight line of light in my red. Anyway,
that's exciting. I'm excited for you.
Well, have you decided about your hair?
No, and truthfully, it's just like so annoying at this point. I'm like annoyed at myself.
Going back and forth is not fun.
It's annoying. Like I'm annoyed of myself, and it's like I see somebody with dark hair. So I've been tussling with like going back to my roots of like brown hair or maybe slightly darker than my natural, or like dyeing it, keep like bleaching it and possibly going like super light. And I'll see like somebody with beautiful dark hair and I'm just like, yes, like they have blue eyes or my same color skin. And I'm just like, that looks amazing on you. Like, yes, I'm going to do that. And then the next thing I know, I'm scrolling and I see Matilda. And I'm like, actually, blonde is so fun and like so beautiful. And I can't. It just keeps pulling me back and forth and I don't know what to do.
That's when you know. I think that's how I felt the whole time when I wanted to go red. And I'm like, but I love my blonde. And it was annoying to me.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you just need to have a day where you just say, I'm going to do it. Because that's how it was.
Yeah.
And then once I said that out loud,
you're like, okay,
it was no going back.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe just wait.
I have a hard time with decision making.
Yeah.
It's a part of my DNA.
Yeah.
I just like
normally I would give you like I would try and help you in your decision, but also it's kind of tough to do that with hair because I don't want to be responsible if you regret it.
Don't like it. Yeah.
I can have my opinion, but I don't want to be responsible if you.
What do you guys think? Like, do I go Matilda, like the blonde beauty she is, or do I go to my roots and just go like a little bit darker all over? What do I do?
I've never seen you with dark hair. So
I had it all in high school.
I know. I didn't know you like that. I think a warm chocolate brown would be beautiful. I don't want to say anything again because you love your blonde. And,
I know,
and Tanner loves your blonde. So it's kind of, he kind of gets
I know. Anyway, so that's where I'm at.
We're in hair debacles.
We're in like, anyway. But you're better at making this. You're just like, I'm doing this. And I'm just like, I'm still doing this. Like I'm still the same always.
I do make the decision faster, but yeah, it's funny though. Next time I'm on here, my hair won't be this color. So say bye-bye.
Goodbye.
It is really kind of sad, like, because I don't think I'll want to do this
End
again.
of an era. Yeah, it's
to
hard.
go there and back. I wish it was just you could just do it in one appointment.
Yeah.
Then I would be much more okay.
That's the hard part about hair is like if I go dark, you know how long it takes just to go back light.
This is where
this is
the hard thing, and it's not good for your hair.
Yeah.
But I did want to try it.
Yeah, and you know what? Slay.
Whatever.
It was such a great slay.
I'm just warning everyone out there that's trying to dye their hair red right now. Just know
it's hard to go back.
It's hard to be a redhead. I will stand by those words. It's hard to be a redhead.
It takes a lot. All right, let's get into this. Any other updates? We are doing a giveaway.
Oh yeah, our 100K giveaway.
Yes, we're doing a 100K giveaway. We're posting about it on our socials, so just make sure you're following. We're giving away a bunch of sick freaking stuff.
AirPod Maxes.
We're doing 2 winners. And so there's 2 of everything, but we're doing,
what is it called?
Sharknado. Like Shark's version of the Dyson. So it's that. And then we also have like little cameras and Kindles and
they're pink and green, of course.
Yep.
And there's going to be 2 winners. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be giving you details soon.
So check out our Instagram for more updates on that at the Fairly Odd Sisters. I think it's like Fairly Odd Sisters podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
So look us up. Okay. So today we are, like I said, giving some little advice, what we can help with. We got a bunch of submissions when we asked on our Instagram. So I just know that our editor was like, oh my gosh, we will not have like
a shortage of,
questions, you know? So
sometimes do you not feel qualified?
No, of course I'm not qualified at all, but hey, I've lived life.
We will do our best to help you.
Exactly. Like honestly, yeah, this is just all for fun and hopefully we say something that resonates with you.
At least we can say that we both do have pretty strong opinions about things.
Yeah.
We're not going to be pretty wishy-washy.
Yeah, like we'll answer as honest as we can, truthful as we can.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We have some more serious ones and then we have some funny, lighthearted ones to go through. So do we want to switch back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. So this first one, on a more serious note is, I'm a new mom and people keep telling me how to parent. How do I tell them to stop?
Oof. That's
So annoying.
That's really hard. This happens, I think, to every mom.
Yeah.
At some point or another, whether it's someone on social media or it's a grandparent or a sister-in-law, someone's telling you what you're doing is wrong.
Yes.
So the question is, how do you ask them?
Yeah. People keep telling me how to parent. How do I tell them to stop?
I think you just kind of have to say it.
Yeah. That one's just like,
when a comment is made, you just have to say, I understand you feel that way. I'm the mom. I know what's best for my kid.
Yeah.
Does that mean?
No, I think that's, if it's bugging you to the point of like, like it's keeping you up, I would definitely just say that.
Yeah.
Like you have
could
to say, I appreciate like your opinion, but at the end of the day,
they're my kids.
I'm their mom and I know what's best for them and I'm just going to do it this way. So I'd appreciate if like you can respect the comments that yourself.
Respect my parenting style. I think that's the best approach.
Yeah.
Just, you can be nice about it, but be firm.
Yeah.
And let them know that you feel that way. Cause I think when it gets bad is when it just keeps building and you don't say anything.
Yeah.
And then you just always hold that in.
Yes.
And then people think that they can just keep doing it because you don't say anything. Even though it's hard to say something. So I think that's the best call.
I think so too. All right.
I'm sorry about that. It's hard.
Yeah, that is hard. I feel like everyone goes through that. What should I do if my boyfriend doesn't seem as interested in me as before? That's tough because like there's sometimes where you in a relationship, maybe one is having to fight harder than the other or, you know, vice versa. But like, you have to really think like, is this person worth, you know, putting in that extra effort to make sure things are good with us? Or am I just in a relationship where
I'm comfortable?
I am comfortable and I'm used to this. You know, trust your feelings.
Yeah.
Because you'll feel it.
Yeah, I agree with what Lo is saying. I also think it's worth having a conversation for sure. Telling them how you feel. Like communication is such a huge thing.
Yeah.
And they might not even know that they're doing that. I think a lot of times you can just get comfortable, like we said, with a person and they might not even realize that they're doing that to you. And I think sitting down, telling them how you feel and then watching how they respond is a really big deal.
Yes.
Because if they are, it can go two ways. It can be they respond defensively and I'm not doing that, but you're very valid and that's how you feel. And if they respond like that, maybe like Lo's saying, that's kind of your answer. But if they are like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I was making you feel that way. What can I do to make it better? That's a relationship that's probably worth saving
for.
Yeah. So I think definitely having a conversation first. Yeah. And
I think that you probably know in your heart of hearts, like what the right answer is. It might be uncomfortable, but
but if he's fully just checked out, then like check him out. Bye.
Okay. Should we read a lighthearted one?
Yeah, let's do funny.
Okay. Dating. How do I find a guy who wants more than a hump and dump?
Hump and dump. That is the best.
Like, I just feel like we had such unique dating experiences.
Who, you and me?
Yes. Just like, we didn't have that like go to college, hook up with everyone.
That's true.
Like we didn't have that normal
hump and dump experience.
Like like it's hard to even relate because that's just not who we dated.
True, but I do feel like dating in the BYU scene.
Terrible.
Holy crap.
Terrible.
The Provo dating pool is so scary. Probably one of the scariest dating pools on earth.
Yes.
But there is so many guys that are
happening all the time.
Yes, it is.
And I think that the culture of like Tinder is so terrible because the guys, when I talk to, honestly, this is how I get my information is like a babysitter or like our babysitters that we have. They're like, that are dating, they kind of tell me their situations and I'm just like, I am so grateful I'm not dating right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so much of the guys are just like, they see one thing that they don't like, or like they go on one date,
So
they make
picky.
out with you, they do whatever with you, and then they're like, sweet, I'm gonna swipe to the next. Or they see something, they're like, there's always something better, like I can always just swipe to find the next one.
Yeah.
And it's just at their fingertips. And so these men can't like freaking get it together.
How do you find a guy? Oh, I honestly feel like a lot of times recommendations from friends are good, even though that's hard.
I know.
It's just
if there's somebody that can kind
knows
of
them, vouch for them.
How do you meet people these days that isn't like at a bar or like
Honestly, I don't think
Tinder.
bars are like great places to meet people.
I mean,
because I feel like a lot of the guys that are just going to bars to hook up, like they're just going to
like
hook up.
the idea of that. It's a good cue.
You should crash some weddings.
Yeah, maybe somebody at weddings. For
I don't
sure.
know. That's really hard. I always am a firm believer of trying to find someone that somebody knows.
Yeah.
But how do you do that?
Yeah, because then it's like, are they already taken? You just never know.
I just feel for you. I don't even know
Maybe
how
like
to answer that question.
workplace environment,
Then that
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
Go to church.
Yeah.
Find some Christian men at church.
Sometimes they're the worst ones.
That's true.
Like you just never know.
You never know.
What about want to move across country but have very few dollars to my name? How did y'all make a big move work? Grind.
Yeah. We didn't have money the first 3 years we were living there. So yeah, you just have to keep grinding, save what you can.
Yeah.
Try not to overspend. And if that's like what your goal is, then put the savings into that. You don't need a lot, but I would just not buy things that aren't necessity if you're trying to do that.
Yeah. I would say that too. Like, and just like find little ways to make money here and there to like save. I did a lot of odd jobs, a lot of babysitting. I did all these weddings. I did the video work I would reach out to brands and be like, do you need video? Like I just found ways to, scrap by and do that. So
yeah, at the beginning, it's probably how it was with you too, doing photos. It was me constantly asking couples and getting shot down, asking if I could do their photos for free just so I could have a portfolio to like start making money. It's kind of just scratching your way there and saving enough
figuring
until
out what you can do that will, get you there. Yeah. But I recommend doing that if that's what your heart desires.
Yeah, you're not going to regret doing that. So whatever you need to do to make that happen.
Yes. Okay. I need a better routine for working out and eating better. Any healthy habit tips?
Can you give me the tips?
I feel like for working out, at least, it's just literally finding something that you can enjoy, that you look forward to, and just going.
Yep.
Just going every day.
Yeah. That is so true.
Yeah.
Because if you were to tell me I need to go run for my workout, I would do one day, never do it again for 3 months. And like, that's my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
But
test out a couple different workout. Maybe a class is your thing. Maybe you hate classes and you like working out by yourself. Maybe buying somebody's guide.
Yeah.
And you like doing it at home.
There's like
with
high
dumbbells.
fitness. It's like more of a dance, cardio, surge classes, Pilates, burn boot camp.
Also something that can help is finding a friend that wants to go with you.
Keep you accountable.
Because that keeps you accountable and that makes you want to go. Because you're like, okay, they're going to be there. They're expecting me to come. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
That really helps.
Or even like a hobby, like you can join a pickleball club or something that makes you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just, you're not going to be consistent. She's so right when she's saying that you're not going to be consistent if you don't like it. Kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or the atmosphere or something about it. It's just, you won't keep it up.
Yeah. You just got to find what works for you and what's keeping you consistent. And then for like eating healthy, I think the same thing, like there's all these like very
strict diets
that are not attainable for the rest of your life. And I think more just thinking in terms of what can I do in a balance, and looking at your meals and being like, okay, do I have a protein? Do I have a fat? Do I have a carb? All right, let's do this in portions. And let's, how do I navigate going out to dinner with friends? How can I get something that, tastes good, but still gets me some nutrients.
And also don't shame yourself for eating stuff that's bad, because it's so hard. I see so many people that go off sugar, like cold turkey for weeks, and it's just really hard. And then you feel like a failure if you don't do it. But I've found that having just a healthy balance of things makes it easier.
Yeah. And it also helps not like binging, because if you do go off and then you're like,
get back on,
you eat something, you're like, well, I'm already done this, so like I'm just gonna eat everything that's bad.
Yeah.
It just, I feel like a balance of things is just the way to do it, but that's just what works for me.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna say, what was it?
I think setting a goal too, of having an idea in mind of like how many times a week you want to eat out will really help, because if not, it's just so much easier to go through a drive-through or go get something that's quick and easy, or DoorDash something. But if you have an idea in your head of like, I'm gonna DoorDash one time this week and I'm gonna go out to eat one time, and then you stick to that, then you're forced to cook the rest of the meals at your house. And usually automatically they're going to be healthier.
Yes. And I think like cooking at home is so huge. Try and do that. And then also just drink a lot of water. I think that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Okay. My boyfriend cheated on me, but I chose to stay. We have a son and have been together for 4 years. It has been a few years since he cheated, and I still don't trust him. I've been getting this gut feeling to do it too. Then maybe I won't hold it against him. I've been thinking about my ex lately. Also, I want another baby.
That's loaded.
It's really loaded.
I will say, I don't think that I understand the feelings that you're feeling of, you don't really get over something like that very easily. I feel like it will always be triggering, and trust it can be broken in a second, and then it takes forever for it to even get back to where it was slightly. I don't think that, and I understand your feelings of, I want to make it fair, but that will never, if you do want to continue this relationship, that's not
the way to work it out.
That will just put gasoline on the fire.
I think that will make you kind of come apart as well. Like that's just going to eat at you.
Yeah.
And then,
but if you are feeling those feelings and you're not happy in your current relationship, really like analyze that. And then if you decide, I would, instead of cheating, tell your partner you're just not happy with them, break that off first, and then maybe go find your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. And with the other
especially
baby,
with the kid involved.
I would definitely not have another baby until you know what you're like, if you can be happy with this current boyfriend or not, because bringing more kids into the picture of something that is not going to be stable in the long run,
it's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. It's just
going to be harder.
Yeah.
And it'll be more hard to get away from this person if that needs to happen. So
I would figure it out first, and then but I do feel like your feelings are valid. Like, I want to do this. I want him to hurt as bad as he hurt me.
Yes. Yeah.
That is valid. That is a fair thought. It won't help the situation. It won't. Yeah. And you kind of at some point, when there is a kid in the picture, have to put them first. Like, this is your baby's father. And you got to set the example. Like, you don't want to just do that to them. Even though he did it, and it's not
so sorry
fair.
that you're going through that. But
really
I definitely
hard.
think, just figuring that out and seeing if, like again, we said before, if this is a relationship worth fighting for, and with your son in mind, figure it out. This is going to be a long-term relationship for you.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I balance being a mom and running a business?
Oof. This is just a hard one always. I think something that's really helped me, because I'm still not super great at this, but it helps to have set work hours. I would say that it's just you know when you're going to be working, and your kids know when you're going to be working.
Yeah.
So you're both on the same page, and then it's not just like you're overworking and your kids aren't feeling loved, and like vice versa.
Like, why are they not playing with me?
Or I feel like I can't get my work done because I'm with the kids. Like, there has to be a set work time where you're just doing work, and maybe honestly it's like working out of the house so that it's not a stress. Cause
Yeah.
I know that when I'm trying to work in the house and like my kids know where I am, I feel very bad and guilty, even though it's like stuff I have to get done and provide for them. But having the set work hours that you both know mommy's going to be working during this time, and then we're going to play the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That will help.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing that we figured out as well. Like just kind of, and especially since we do work a lot on our phones, I don't ever want it to look like to our kids that I'm just like ignoring them because I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Like
you have to like go in a separate area.
I go in a different room and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to do my work. And you know, like I don't want to be ignoring them if I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Good luck. It's hard.
Yes,
it's a hard balance.
hard.
And I feel like society kind of will always make you feel like you should feel guilty for
working.
But you are allowed to have a career just as any other man is and still be able to raise kids and have them be awesome. So
exactly. Okay. Any advice about transitioning from 1 kid to 2 kids? New mom here. How do I help my children bond?
Advice from transitioning
from 1 to 2.
Like she's pregnant or?
Yeah. So, I think so.
Okay.
There's like a side.
The advice, honestly, 1 to 2 was easier for me
Me
than
too.
0 to 1. Because you've done it before.
Yeah.
You kind of know how it goes. And then like once you get through the baby stage and everything, they start interacting with each other, and in a way it's easier for you.
Yes.
Because
they'll play.
Yeah. But I would say like from a very young age, just always speaking kindly about the child in front of the other child. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? Letting them know that like this is our precious like baby, and making the older child also feel important in the process so that they don't feel like they're getting left behind. Because I feel like if you aren't giving the older child the attention that they need, they're more likely going to act out because they are seeing all the attention that the baby's getting.
They're going from the only child to I have to share the attention now.
So I feel like at least in our house, like making sure that Jack is still a priority, even though Sunny takes more, like she's more needy, has helped so much with their relationship because Jack still feels like he's important.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, this is just a buddy instead of someone that's stealing mom and dad away.
Yeah.
And I think that really helps them bond.
Totally.
But
and we, like when I had Stella, I was breastfeeding a lot, like every like 30 minutes to like 2 hours in between. And so I was holding Stella a lot, but something Tanner would do was like take Ozzy on little dates. And so she felt really special. So that was another way to like make sure she knew like, okay, even though mom's holding Stella a lot, like I get to go on these daddy daughter dates. And I would try and find time to, you know, get away from Stella and walk to the beach with Ozzy. And be like,
if you don't have the husband around. Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. Yeah. Even when the baby's napping, just finding like little moments that you can just have the one-on-one time with the older kid, even though it's so draining.
Yeah. And then how to make them bond. I think, you said.
Just like making sure they both feel loved helps them feel safe and like they like each other and they're not in competition. Yeah.
And then once they're a little bit older, finding something that they both like to play and just letting them have a lot of like, not alone time, because obviously you're always there, but just kind of like letting them interact so that they can figure out what they like to do together.
Yeah.
Just found out my dad's brother is actually my dad. Now what?
Sorry, say that again.
Just found out that my dad's, in quotes, my dad's brother is actually my dad. Now what?
So your uncle is actually your dad? Whoa!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I wonder what, I guess I'd want to know the situation, the backstory behind that.
Like, was the mom with, or did you get adopted?
Because I feel like that depends on how I would answer. Yeah. Like, are they a happy influence on your life? Are they a good, do your dad and your uncle get along?
Was it a situation like your current dad didn't know? Like the dad that raised you, did he know that your brother was the dad or his brother was the dad? Or was it kind of like,
I would ask some questions. I think just going off of that, I would sit down and have a conversation with both of them.
When it comes down to it, like,
They're your dad.
Whoever raised you is like your father figure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a good relationship with them, I don't think that needs to change at all. And if they've raised you in a nice, good way, like that's your dad, you know?
That will be your dad.
If you have a relationship with your uncle and it's a great relationship, maybe you have that, you know, lucky situation where you have two people in your life who can be a father figure to you and be that like male figure that you want. And that is really lucky, I think, because a lot of people don't have that, like even one, you know? And so it could be like a Mamma Mia situation where she gets to have, you know, the 3 dads.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think it depends
probably
on
shocking,
kind of the relationships that you have.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone's cordial and it can be a happy ending.
Exactly. I'm going to hope that it's like a good situation for you. I hope so. Okay. So my best friend asked if she could date my ex, and I don't know what to tell her, but I'm not okay with it.
Then you tell her
this is hard because like
I'm not okay with it. I don't know.
One of my best friends in high school did this to me, but behind my back. Like not even like dating, just like making out with like the ex that I told you was toxic. Like, and then I found out, you know, later, and that like crushed me. Yeah. Because I was like, you know what I went through in this relationship, and to just like know that you were just kissing this person just to kiss them all the time. See, and it wasn't even like they weren't in love. It was just like that. I was like,
behind the back is just, that's bad. If you're friends, it's hard when you don't want them to. I think you have to express that.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, what if they're, you know, good for each other?
Destined for each other.
Like, that is a really hard situation. I think it depends on the level of, like...
If he's a bad dude, then just, like, tell her.
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell her.
Like,
he's not good.
If he's a bad dude or, like, this is not a good situation, you know, tell her, is this, like, you know, worth costing our friendship, like, a bump in the road? Like, is he worth you kind of us not being able to really hang out as much because
but if he's like a really great guy and they like each other, I know how hard it would be, but on like you'd want your best friend to have the chance to find their dream guy, even though it's like that's your ex rough. And maybe you guys could all, I guess it depends on how your relationship ended too, if you guys are on good terms or not. But
it depends on the guy. Like, is he a good or bad guy? And it depends on your friend. Is this a good or bad friend? Because at the end of the day, is either of them worth the time, you know?
Sorry, I'm a boo bitch.
Boo bitch.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. That one's tough. Because I get that. That's
but if he's
hard.
a good guy and they really like each other, I'm leaning on the fence of gotta let them have their shot, and hopefully you guys can all hang out and do stuff together. So I don't know.
That would be so hard.
It would be really hard.
Okay. My sister has 3 young kids. Her husband has been struggling recently and won't talk about what's wrong. She read through his journal and found out that he has feelings for a coworker and thinks about divorce every day. How do I best support her? She deserves to be in a loving relationship, but doesn't want to get divorced because of the kids.
Okay, I feel that in my soul.
That's so
of like
crushing.
wanting to stay for the kids. The hard part is if he's like fully not in it anymore, like you deserve to be happy. And your kids deserve to see like a happy mom and a happy dad, even if that's a separate household. I think trying to stay in a relationship that you really don't feel good in is maybe not the best choice for the kids. I know that like keeping the family together is so important. At the same time, I don't know if it's worth it if he's obviously expressing all that.
And like maybe you can discuss with him now that you've seen like how he feels and see kind of where he's at. Are you willing to, you know, fix this with me? Are you willing to relight our spark, or are you checked out and don't have any intention of trying to fix this? Because that answer could totally you know, change
that could rock him, because right now he's kind of probably just in this
la land,
writing it down, writing my feelings.
Is going to be better than my current life. It's like, is it going to be better, or are you just fantasizing and whatever? I think for sure talking about it first, having that conversation, and if he's continuously like, even have a time frame, like still not putting in effort, and you just think it's like, I don't think it's worth saving if he's not gonna step up. But the sister wants to know what she can do, and I think it's just encouraging her to have that discussion with him for sure, and figure out, you know, what are your intentions, and is he gonna, you know, get it together or not. I'm sorry, that is so hard, and just feeling that weight of wanting to keep the kids together, like with the family. That's really hard. So hard. You guys, I'm a big old dummy. and I have a scheduled pickleball thing, and time got away from us. She's got a tournament. And so these got dark. This unfortunately is my last question. Yes. I think so. This one will be a little bit shorter than our average one, but depending on how we feel, if you guys want us to, we will do a part 2 and continue all the other questions that we didn't get to, if you guys want us to. Yeah. So let us know if you want a part 2 of this one. Okay. This one says, how to increase the romance in an 8-year marriage. We have 2 kids, both work, travel a lot, so downtime is low. This is really hard. I think everybody struggles with this that's in a marriage for this amount of time. Like, we're all kind of in our 7 and 8 year. And this year's our 9. Yeah. And so we're in year 8 right now. And we've had conversations as friends constantly about this. How to balance it. How to balance it. How to make this better. I truly feel like something that's so small that can make a huge difference is having like little daily check-ins with your partner. Like just it could be a timer set for 10 minutes where you just talk about each other's day, check in with them. How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling about your day? Just really short. And I feel like that goes a long way. Yeah. Instead of just getting burnt out with all this stuff in the day. Yes. Because I think if you're continuously at least making that little effort, like the other side of it's going to be there about the relationship. Whereas like most of our day is taken up by taking care of our 2 young kids. And then the other part of it is, we both work. Like we both have to, you know, figure out our work stuff. That takes precedence. And then, we have to clean the house. We have to make meals. And then where's their time for each other? Hardly ever time. It's so hard. And so I think that's so smart to just know that like, that, and then also planning dates one-on-one. Yeah, 1 date a week. If you can make that happen. If you can make 1 date a week, or even 1 date every 2 weeks, and it doesn't even have to be you leaving the house. Like you can put the kids down if you don't have home date. If you don't want to pay a babysitter, plan something special. Maybe you guys could take turns doing, you know, who plans it. And I fully think that will help. Yes. Because it's literally just about, even if you're doing something that's not a big deal, like you plan out doing a movie night. Exactly. It makes it like a designated time that's special for you guys. Whether it's something you can just do in 2 seconds, but be like, I got a special treat. And then that just lets your partner know that you're thinking about them and that you care about putting time into your relationship, and not that like your work is more important or your whatever. Like I know that little kids, it's hard at that age because so much of our energy is spent giving it to them. Yeah. But just those little things I think can help for sure. Yeah. Just letting them know. Just let them know you're still there. Yes. Can I read this one last one? Because I thought it was funny. Yes. My sticky situation is that I just keep lying. How do I stop that? a compulsive liar, which is so funny. I love that they not admit funny it, because it sucks, but just like that they admit it like admit that. It. I just can't stop it. I just can't stop lying. Honestly, that's just funny how they said that. I just can't stop it. I just can't stop lying. I think the thing you can do is just, you know, try and stop. Just try and stop, because the more lies you do, the more you're gonna get caught. And it's like, doesn't that stress you out? I've known people who just like fib, and I'm like, why are you even lying about that? Like it's like, what'd you have for lunch? Oh, I had a turkey sandwich, but actually they had like, I don't know, McDonald's. And I think more people aren't dumb, and I think people are probably talking about it. They're like, but you just don't know it. They're like, they told me this, but I think that you just really have to come come clean to your friends. Be like, I have this weird problem where I just keep freaking lying.
Make it a funny thing.
You can make it about that. And just be like, I'm actually,
that you admitted it to us. It's kind of funny.
I think the thing you can do is be like, I have this problem about lying. I don't even know why. So I'm going to really try and come clean and be honest. And then people will be like, respect.
Yeah. Respect.
Thank you. Because I would appreciate that from the people I know that fib. I'm just like,
you should get everybody in a room that you've ever lied to and say, ask me any questions because I've lied to all of you.
Yeah. And like right now I'm going to be honest. Anyway, we do have to wrap things up. Sarah's got to go to her
sorry, you
pickleball
guys.
tournament.
Please let us know if you want us to do a part 2 because there were a lot of other
There's a
questions.
lot of good questions that you guys have. So let us know if you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for being here and listening in or watching if you're watching. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple or any of those platforms, if you leave us a review, that means the world to us and it helps us a lot. So we love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
And yeah.